If you struggle to give out of 1,000, when you have 1,000,000, it can be a struggle as well. Giving isn't about the amount, rather, it's about the heart that you give it with. Hello and welcome to the Upward John Show, where we simplify faith and finances. So today I wanted to talk about something really important, and that is giving. How much should I be giving? Should I be giving to my local church? How much is too much to give, and how much is too little to give? Now I'll start by reading a Bible passage, one of my favorite Bible passages, and that's Luke 6:38. It says, "Give and you will receive. Your gift will return to you in full, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more, running over and poured into your lap. The amount you give will determine the amount you get back." I know lots of people that watch my videos are from a faith-based community. They go to church or they go to a mosque or they believe in God in some way. And even if you don't believe in God, I still believe, there's a longing in our hearts to make a difference. And I think there's other ways that you can give as well. And I hope you find this video relevant. Now, giving in church is something that I know a lot of people don't like talking about, but I don't believe you can talk about money and take a holistic approach to money without talking about giving. Giving is very important. In fact, it's one of the most important parts of building wealth or, managing your finances, getting hold of it. So I'll talk about the 3 different ways that you can give. The first one is to give your time. Some of us rock up to church at 10 o'clock when the service is starting at 10. And when you show up, you find the chairs are well laid out, perfectly laid out. The floor's cleaned, everywhere's tidied, the microphones are working, everything is in order. Or if you go to a church like mine, breakfast is served and ready for everyone to just tuck in. Now, the important thing to note is none of these happened by itself. The floor didn't clean itself. The food didn't just get there by itself. Some people have come in and volunteered their time to make it happen. They've decided to give up some of their Sunday morning time or their weekday evenings or mornings or afternoon, whatever, just to make sure that everyone that comes in has an amazing experience and they're as comfortable as possible. And I see no reason why you and I can't be a part of that. Giving our time is one of the best ways that we can give and actually show God that we love Him and we are grateful. It is also a good way to also serve others. Giving is your time is one of your most valuable assets, so it is a great way to show love. The second way you can give is by giving your prayers. I remember quite a while ago, a few years ago to be precise. Oh, I feel old. I remembered my mom when I was still living in the family home, and I remembered my mom coming in and, sharing just this amazing news. We knew of a couple that had been trusting God for a baby for a very long time, for many years. And, they didn't have one. They finally had a baby. So, of course, when my mom told us, we were so happy for them. And I remembered my 18-year-old brother at the time saying, "Wow, thank God, my prayers have been answered." They've been one of my prayer points for several years now. For me, I was really shocked because, hearing that from an 18-year-old at the time, it was really surprising. I thought to myself, it was a real light bulb moment that there's several people that pray for you and I that we don't even know about, and we'll never be able to say thank you to them. Being in a position where we pray for those who don't even know that we're praying for them, praying for our leaders, praying for the men, the women, the children, the people around us that are struggling, the weak, and even those who are strong. Everyone needs prayers. Prayers are, I keep saying this, prayers change things. Prayers make the impossible possible. Prayer is a great way to communicate with God. And it is one of the best ways that you can give. The third way that you can give is by giving your money. Now, I know this is one of the most controversial topics, and I know several people have taught it the wrong way, but it is still one of the best ways that you can give to God and to give to those around you. You know, please do not give under pressure. Don't be manipulated to give. Give as you feel led to give, and give what you're comfortable with. Why do I talk about giving your money? Our resources, you go into the church, some of us are into the aesthetics. I've seen people say that, oh, I don't like that church. Just something about that building just doesn't do it for me. Yes, it's true. If the church had more money, of course, they'll be able to buy somewhere nicer or do something even better just to make you feel as comfortable as you are. I remembered a few years ago, I traveled for administration with a team of people. And I remembered we went to the Sunday service, such an amazing service. And during offering time, blessing time, I decided to give $25. I gave without any expectations or anything. I just gave. Finished the service, I went back to my hotel room. A few hours later, someone knocks on the door and comes and says to me, oh, here's a gift for you. I was like, okay, thank you very much. I'm grateful. I wasn't expecting that. Then I opened the envelope. It was an envelope. And I opened it and it was a check of £250. Wow. In that moment, it really humbled me because, just as the Bible passage I read at the start, Luke 6 verse 38, that talks about giving, give and it will come back to you. It really shocked me because I wasn't really expecting it. But for me, it was just that moment where God was reminding me that actually when you give, God sees it. No one saw the amount I gave in church. And I didn't even write my name on it because I was there visiting on administration. So I just put it in there anonymously. But God, who sees all things, he saw it. Now, I'm not saying that will be an everyday experience for you because, I can tell you that that's probably only ever happened like 5 times in my life when I've given and, within the space of maybe, a day, a week, a year, I get multiples of that same amount back. I can count how many times it's happened on one hand in my lifetime. But, there are different ways that God rewards us for giving. Can we ever say thank you enough to God for what he does for us every day? The seen and unseen battles he fights for us. The many blessings that he gives us. If we were to pay for the oxygen that we breathe in, how much would we be able to pay? Or how much would we even have to pay before we go bankrupt? So we can't ever thank God enough. And I say this, if you struggle to give out of 1,000, when you have 1,000,000, it can be a struggle as well. Giving isn't about the amount, rather, it's about the heart that you give it with. And, it's about knowing that you've given what you feel led in your heart to give. If you struggle with any of these 3 ways of giving, that is giving your time, giving your prayers, and giving your resources, it's something that you can pray about. Nothing's too small to pray about and nothing is too big to pray about. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe so you're one of the first people to know when the next video drops.